Good evening, brothers in Christ of the Inner Circle and Living for Greatness and Greatness University. Cecil Fusely, I'm coming to you from Lafayette, Louisiana. I hope this finds everybody healthy and well and safe. The chicken or the egg, the age-old causality dilemma. But a little bit more of that in just a few minutes. First of all, let me start off with this. On a recent call, it was mentioned either in one of the readings or it was mentioned by one of the brothers that was on the call. The more we fall in love with something or someone, the more we find the time to be with them. And I think that is so true. And I think we can all understand that in our own personal lives. With our wives and our children, the more we fall in love with them, and with our friends, the more we fall in a friendship of love, then the more time we want to spend with them. And so it's only natural. And so I find that to be true in my life for a couple of reasons. I'm not going to bore you with all of the background to it, the backstory. But as most of you know, I was away from the faith for a long time, from the practice of the faith. And when I made my journey back about 10 years ago, I began to realize how much I wanted to love our Lord. I realized that. And so I began to form some daily habits that I think were helping me to learn how to love our Lord more. So the chicken or the egg for me is this. Do we fall more in love with our Lord and then begin to read more about him through the writings of the saints, through the writings of theologians? And so is it our love for our Lord that's driving us to learning more about him, or is learning more about him through our readings, through our behavior, through our practices, through our daily masses, whatever the case, is it that drives us more into love with our Lord? And in my case, I can really say that, or I can say it with a high degree of confidence, that it was really when I started learning how to learn more about our Lord, his ministry, and being raised cradle Catholic, you know, I knew all of the things about our Lord and his journey, his ministry, and his deity. That was not a problem. But I wasn't reading very much about him, and I wasn't paying that much attention. And when I came back to the sacraments, I found myself much of it through the brothers that I met through MLG and here locally in Lafayette, formed a strong bond with two friends of mine, one being a deacon and the other one being a wonderful married man who's got a wonderful family. And we've formed sort of a triangle. We formed a triad and meeting regularly to discuss our journey, to discuss how the Lord fits into our life, how his teachings, how his devotion, how his love guides us on our pathway. But not only guides us, we find out through each other how to navigate our pathway, because all of our pathways have different obstacles. That's without a doubt. So it's not a matter of just following the footsteps and journey. It's how to navigate around all those potholes and all of that stuff. So just food for thought. I thought it was interesting enough for me to make a video talking about the chicken and the egg. The more we fall in love with something or someone, the more we find time to be with them. And the more reading and time and private time and prayer that I do, I really can say that I've learned better how to fall in love with our Lord and to follow his pathway as he leads me. Just a few things that I wanted to share with you. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's happy and secure in this COVID-19 world that we're living in. And so all I ask of you is that you pray for me and my intentions, those of which you are aware of and those that you may not be aware of. And I can make a promise that I do the same thing for you. Thanks, everybody. Stay well, stay happy. God bless.